Smith & Wesson won't stop. They keep coming with guns that we want, that shooters enjoy, and are just answering the knock that we all have. And this is for a pocket gun. This is for a 380 auto. They redid their Bodyguard. In 2023, they released their Bodyguard 2.0. In 2025, we get the Performance Center Bodyguard 2.0. But we have a third gun on this table, and this is the Smith & Wesson model SW380. What is this gun? It's a hunk of junk. This was 30 years ago, and this shows 30 years of improvement in the 380 cartridge line. This gun actually got Smith & Wesson sued by Glock for its blockish design. It's I believe it's a pot metal slide, and I got this gun for $100 at my local gun shop. Shout out to Murphy's Guns. This is the magazine. You like pinch it out. It's single stack. It's got a version of the hinge trigger, and to take it apart, you actually have to punch these roll pins out. So like you can't even like field strip this thing if you wanted to. Here's the Performance Center. They packed this little gun full of features. So it's a little bit longer than the standard Bodyguard, with the extension incorporating a port on the barrel. It's got new slide design on here for extra cocking serration, so you get more surface area on your hands. We've got the same nice improved striker fire trigger on the inside of it. We've got an updated night sight on it. It is a, what is this? I don't know who makes that, but I'm sure it's online. I'm not reading. What's also cool about this gun is on the OG SW380, it was a 7-round capacity. Now with this stack and a half, we get a 12+1 in this little tiny thing. And this mag, what is this? This is a 10+1. Look at the size of that package. Look at the size of that package. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. The package is insane. This package packs a punch. This package is something that you'd want in your pants. I've been carrying the original Bodyguard for some time, and we're here to see if this port actually does any work for us. And we're also going to test it on paper, because the #1 comment I got is, but you have to drift the rear sight because the gun's going to shoot left. Well, guess what? We haven't touched this gun yet, and we are going to see if it does shoot left or not. 8, 9 times out of 10, it's usually user error. We don't shoot as well as we think we do, including myself as a Grandmaster in USPSA. First things first, we're going to group this gun and see how they group compared to each other. We're using PMC 90 grain factory ammo for this. And we're just going to get right into it. We've got a nice little holster from QVO Tactical. You can do any custom prints and things like that. We've got Alpine Flectarn with pink on the inside. It kind of reminds me of a cow udder. That's all I have to say about that. Just disappears. I guess we'll start off by shooting this thing and just showing how much of a hunk of junk it is. I'm not going to bore you by shooting this gun a ton, but we are going to shoot it. And I was wrong. It's not a 7-round capacity. It is a 6-round capacity. It's 7 with 1 in the chamber, so it's 6+1, but we've got 6 in here. We're going to group this thing, and we're going to try to shoot a head box with it. Okay, that was terrible. Next, we've got the normal Bodyguard, 12 rounds, and we're going to do just body shots. We're going to do a nice slow fire with it. Okay, I said we were gonna go slow fire, but I got antsy and I started shooting a little bit faster. Now, we've got the Performance Center. I will say, the recoil impulse on this definitely feels a little bit improved having that port, but I'm not making any final conclusions yet. Now, this whole thing that the Bodyguards shoot left, I'd say it's true, because I shot left. I was holding, equal height, equal light on the sights, dead center of the target, all favoring left. We might shoot a little bit more and just get a feel for it, but people in the Instagram comments are saying all that stuff. Maybe this is the 1 out of 10 thing where the gun's actually doing something different. Time will tell though, we'll see. The other thing is that Monsoon Tactical makes a red dot mount for these now, and that's where my other Bodyguard is at. Yes, I own 3 Bodyguard, technically I own 4 Smith & Wesson 380 pistols, because I love Smith & Wesson. Let's tape these up, let's get to some real drills. I almost forgot about the Smith & Wesson 380. This is the group. It's terrible, just like the gun, and that's all I'm gonna say about it the rest of the video. So what we're gonna do now is we are just gonna work on some single shot draws, but I just wanna work on getting the gun out of the holster, onto the target. We're gonna use the body because if I'm using a subcompact, I'm not going for that credit card box on the head like we normally do on the HC draw drill. So we're just gonna go for that center alpha zone for this subcompact gun. See what the times look like drawing from concealed with such a small gun. Do it with a normal Bodyguard first, then the performance center. 136. Dead center in the A, 133. 128. 120. Ooh, bad grip. We pulled a delta, 117. 109. This mag just keeps going. Ooh, 132. Still got a hit. My hand like swallowed that gun. Woo, 105. Spicy. Now, one thing about this video is at any given time, I'm gonna have 3 guns on my person. That's what's great about these pocket guns. And I actually do have a couple pocket holsters as well, depending on what you're wearing. So, switch to a new target. It's a tuxedo, so it's a little bit tighter, and then we'll compare the groups. Oh, my whole hand just like swallowed the slide. Almost hung it up. 127. 108. 123. I keep like slipping on the gun. I go to grab it and jump it on my hand a little bit. So 151. 107. 116. 129. 124. I hate iron sights so much. Come on, that was a fast one. I was at 101. That was in the alpha. Here's the issue I was having. We got a tuxedo target. I've got to focus on aiming. Still throw a mic. So let's check this out. Performance center right here. Couple left to right. Still all in the Charlie zone though. This one was the 101. So like just screaming out of the holster. I think it's just me getting used to just this small gun and coming up. Like it's so just here that I'm not even used to grabbing it, which is just finding some consistencies. But again, dry fire helps. That's why like if you're carrying a gun, you should put a couple thousand rounds through it and you should dry fire the draws a lot. But overall, subcompact gun about 10 yards away. I think the slowest one we had was a 151. Average was about 130 though, and then we dabbled some close to a second. Pretty good spread. The normal Bodyguard too, we got a couple. I called this delta when we were shooting it. We pulled one mic over here into the chart. It's still Charlie zone though, hit. One delta pulled. But overall, these are like just little tiny pocket guns laying it down. Smith & Wesson did something miraculous where they made a pocket-sized gun be able to shoot with someone who has like very large hands. So like a normal shooter could shoot it. These guns are so small, actually, hold on. These guns are so small that I think I could shoot them both. Oh shit. Okay, I released the mag. This one goes back in the holster. Oh, shit. You guys get what I'm trying to do though. You can really see that gas when you're shooting it from down here. Feels really good though. The slide releases on these are super tight. That was a little fun test. All I was saying is that somehow Smith & Wesson made a small, slim pocket gun that allows a shooter with like normal sized man hands to be able to shoot this, but still small enough to feel comfortable in smaller hands. It's magic. I don't know what's going on. This thing feels good. It points really well. This gun for me already is a 10 out of 10 knocked out of the park. And yeah, if you thought this was unbiased, you're gonna be wrong because I'm a professional shooter for Smith & Wesson. I love Smith & Wesson. And you guys should love Smith & Wesson because they make some of the best pistols out there. They're one of the only few companies making innovative parts and production items, you know? Show me another pocket pistol that performs this way, huh? Comment it down below. You think there's a better pocket pistol out there? Comment it. I will go buy it and I will shoot it and compare it. We're gonna do some build drills. We're usually doing it on steel because the main point of this is just going off of how the guns feel with a port and without a port. So we're gonna start with the performance center. We got 12 rounds, so we got 2 build drills to do. 213. It's got like a little bit of a punchy snap because it's a small gun. A little bit of trigger freeze. Those are 219. But you can see how much gas is getting released on just this little port. I will say the slide release on this is pretty tight. So let's go to the regular Bodyguard. 212. Honestly, they feel very similar. The Bodyguard just has like a little bit of the bite taken away because of that port. The impulse still feels the same on both guns. It was a 196. Based on everything we've shot so far, I'm shooting the regular Bodyguard better. Let's try some transition work, okay? So we're gonna take the Performance Center. Let's do like a junior vice press. So we're gonna get center here. We're gonna use our big steel. I'm gonna go 222 for time from concealed. There we go, there's a 249. All right, so my hands are so big that when I built my pressure on the side of the gun, that first shot rubbed on the side of the slide. Maybe we do like a slow-mo replay. The meaty part of my thumb was actually just indexing on the slide itself rather than below it. And that was just my hand coming up here. That was a 277, about 2/10 holding me up on that round there, 3/10 give or take. Let's try it with the normal Bodyguard. 227. Whew, 223. So, ow, I pinched my pinky. Oh. With the small gun and with the iron sights, when I'm drawing and coming up, I'm taking like an extra split second just to confirm that my sight is on target and this gun is sitting in my hand. You can hear it in those last couple runs, just like bang, 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 bang. And like the splits almost increase as I'm going through on the targets. But needless to say, it's gonna shoot pretty similarly. There's just, I don't think there's enough gas to really work the port on the Performance Center as much as it would on some of the other guns, like maybe the carry comp for 9mm or some aftermarket porting like Lucky 7s from Monsoon. Like I think there just needs to be like a little bit more opened up on this port for it to really do some justice, because I just don't think this 380 has enough gas with that small of a hole I'm just going to say, to make a significant difference. It does make a difference. And like, if you don't have one of these, I'd go with the Performance Center. But if you already have a regular Bodyguard, I don't think you need the Performance Center. They're basically the same gun, right? We're gonna put away the regular Bodyguard because I think we've drawn the conclusions to it, and this video is supposed to only be on the Performance Center one. And let's try this. So we're gonna take the small mag, so I don't have as much room on my pinky. We're gonna try and draw onto the mini popper at 25 yards and see if we can get hits. 25-yard mini popper. Touch the slide again. High, just over, that's a 138. Left. That was a hit. 144. Nice. 148. Ouch. I messed up my grip there. But I can hit the big steel. 2 out of 4 times. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little like target designation transition, sight confirmation style drill here. We've got this C-zone IPSC target. We're going to fire 2 rounds at the A, and then 1 at the mini popper, then 2 rounds at the A, then 2 mini poppers, then 2 rounds at the A, 3 mini poppers. And if my math is correct, it should be 12. So I can't miss. Oh my gosh. I was almost perfect except the last 3 poppers. I held too far right and we went right on each one of the poppers. All alphas on that run. That was a 640. Let's just run that again. Let's just run that back. Sub 550 on that one, sub 5.5. So 549. Now 1 Charlie, 2 or 3 misses on the poppers. This little guy's getting really, really hot. Oh my God, this is so hot. Second slower, 647. All alphas, 2 misses on the poppers. Moral of the story, you just go fast anyways. We've got so many mags for this gun. This might be the most amount of shooting you've seen in a single Bodyguard video on YouTube. This gun is scalding hot though. Oh, 492, 2 Charlies, 1 miss on the popper. Got 1 more mag. We're gonna try it one last time. I'm gonna point shoot this whole thing. This is a 383, 2 Charlies, 1 mic, and only 1 hit on the popper. But it was really fast. Let's do some plate racks next. This was fun though. I like this. Did you guys like this? You guys probably only saw my best runs, but we did this 8 times. This is a range first. We caught a lizard. His name will be Steve. Oh, Steve has a broken foot, but we love Steve. Steve, he's playing dead. I swear he's not dead. Come on, buddy. There he goes. Boom! Boom! What are you doing, buddy? Okay, I guess you have to actually look at your sights to get the plates down. 525. Nice. 279 with a 380. Hell yeah. Like that shit? I do. Woo! 268. Just feels dialed in. Like, you know you're gonna get the plate rack before you're done with it. You're just gliding right through. You're connected. You're in that flow state. You feel Jerry pumping through your blood. You just know those plates are going down. It's a little bit different than a full-size gun. There's a lot more thinking involved with how your grip is, how the trigger press interacts, and more importantly, your sight picture. So you have 3 planes of sights that you need to focus on now instead of just 2, with a red dot and the target. We ran that like 6 or 7 times. I don't know how many is gonna make the final cut. But what I was finding is, and this is crazy, you've maybe never even heard this before, but if you have awareness of your front sight, you hit the plate. What I mean by that is I'm not just like staring at the front sight, I'm actually looking at the plate. I'm remaining target focused, but I am just aware of what my front sight is doing, which is what you should be doing on a red dot as well. And so like at about 10 yards, give or take, we did a 279 and a 268, which is pretty good, especially considering this is a little tiny itty bitty pocket pistol. I mean, like, I've got a 2011 right here next to it. My record for a plate rack on a 2011 is a 220. 220 on a 2011. We're like just a few tenths off with this small, little tiny pocket gun, right? Either I'm really good at shooting or Smith & Wesson made a really good gun. All right, since everyone likes to complain that 380 does not have enough stopping power, we're gonna have 4 shooting positions, 4 targets, and each target is going to take 12 rounds. So we're going to shoot 12 rounds, gun's gonna go dry, we're gonna reload. We're gonna do 3 reloads, 4 targets, 48 rounds. I think Jesse Ventura said every 4 rounds of 38 equals 1 round of 45. So we're essentially just shooting them with 3 rounds of 45. All right, we got a couple of stragglers that went off the targets there, but overall pretty good. After my first reload, we had an issue where this gun was like slightly out of battery, but this thing is also bone dry. A little oil goes a long way, especially it's like 109 degrees out right now. But anyways, I mean, like, as you guys see, this thing just like shoots itself basically. I wonder, what's in this pocket? Oh, another gun. But even moving and shooting from back here, oh, look at that, see? Check that out. Now, initially I thought maybe that was my hand interfering with the slide, but those last 2, it happened twice on that one. It was completely out of the picture. So I think you guys can really see just how dry this thing is. It is fucking cool little blaster. This has been the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard Performance Center. Guys, first things first, thank you so much for all the support you've given us over the last couple of years. We wouldn't be here without you guys, and we wouldn't be making this content without you. So if you'd like the content, you like the channel, grab a belt, grab some merch on hunterconstantine.com. We love you guys. Drop a comment, like the video, etc. Do all your things. Bodyguard, initial thoughts. This is hands down the best deep concealment pistol on the market. There's not another small pistol like this that fits your hands, allows you to build like a full grip on the gun, and lets you just work through all the actions like normal. Couple things to note: lube your guns. Lubing your guns is gonna help, especially right when you get them out of the box. We put between all the 380s on the table, we shot about 800 rounds today, which is a lot going through just a little tiny gun like this, especially with 12 round magazines. There's a lot of reloading. I would highly recommend a Magula loader because the mags do get a bit stiff. Comparing the two, we said it earlier, but I don't think this port does enough to justify the Performance Center version of this. So if you have a Bodyguard already, I would just keep using that. But if you have no Bodyguard, then I would go with the Performance Center. And that is my true and honest opinion of it. Just to also note, they come in a safety and non-safety version. It's just kind of nice having, I guess. A lot of people who just carry in their pocket, please, one of the optic companies, just make a optic even smaller than the K footprint optic series, because I'd like to shoot this. We have another Bodyguard that's out right now with Vinny at Monsoon Tactical, and we are getting an optic put on it. And I'm pretty excited to see how that's gonna shoot. I guarantee all of these times, splits and transition are going to increase because my optic system is going to be better, period, especially because I have such poor vision. I have really bad eyesight. I probably should have chose a different sport. I highly recommend bugging your friends who have them or going to your local gun shop. Put one in your hand before you're doubting me on this, because it blew my mind as far as pocket carry goes. And I've had like PPKs, I've had LC9s, I had an original Bodyguard, J-frames, all these different other like small deep concealment guns. This takes the cake. You can actually shoot this thing. And if you're a shooter, you know the difference between a gun that's a shooter and what's not. And this thing is a shooter. So Smith & Wesson knocked it out of the park. 30 years difference, absolutely astonishing. Very cool to see. And hope you guys enjoyed the content.